Gonna go over a few things on the tire mounting process real quick, balancing, all that stuff. On these low pro tires, basically any tire, you got to be real careful not to nick the wheel. You're going to want to get the spoon or the shovel, whatever you want to call it, on the tire machine into the correct position. That's going to be key number one. Key number two is this does have a TPMS sensor in here. You want to break it. I was always taught 90, but band sensors aren't really a thing anymore because band sensors used to sit 180 from the valve stem. This one I know because I've been doing this enough that it is attached to the valve stem, so I'm going to break it 180 and then just kind of work around the wheel. So when I go to brake, I don't set it straight on the bead because if you look, the shovel itself is actually over the wheel. So what I like to do is line it up right with this edge right here. So that way when you come in, it falls right into place, right where it should be. You do have to be mindful on the back as well where that sensor is. So the sensor, you can draw a line on the wheel if that's easier for you. If it's dirty enough, if not, just keep in mind where your sensor's at because you want to break it 180. Same thing. Double in. And then with the back, you want to make sure you have the entire lip exposed. A lot of these low pros can be a real pain in the butt to get it all exposed because you'll be chasing it around. And then if you're having an area being stubborn, like I am right here, that is the side I'm going to put onto the clamp first. Now, I've already set up the machine, but ours is all pneumatic. You come in, you press down on this portion, lock it into place. Now when you go to dismount the tire, you want to make sure your valve stem is directly in line with this shaft or a little bit over, just under this foot is the key thing. Because if it's over here, when you go to have the bead go into the drop center, it'll hit that sensor and break it. So easy enough, you just press down and in, get your spoon in there. Then I put my hand here, put my weight on it, and that allows it to come up. Give it a wiggle, and then you just step on it and give it a turn. And if you notice, it lifted the bead up over the sensor, and down in here is that drop center. I'll show you once when I get the tire off that you don't want to have the pressure be put on the sensor. Same thing for this side. Give it a lift. Spin, step. There's dismounting a tire. Okay. Now we're going to lube up the tire. What I am doing for this customer is he's got uneven edge wear because it's lowered and it's got a bit of camber to it besides wearing a little bit faster. So we're going to basically flip the tire around and put it on the other side of the vehicle. So that way it'll wear this side and he'll get a longer life out of the tire. Now we're on to the mounting. I'm going to make sure I have the correct side out. If you look on the tire here, because these are a directional tread pattern, judging by the arrow, so you want it to push water away. It's going to roll that way. If you notice right here on the tire, it says rotation. We're going to want to make sure that's rotating the correct way for the customer. He doesn't think he's going to be doing this rotation again in the lifetime of the tires, so I went ahead and marked where I'm gonna put the tires on the inside, the new inside of the tire, so the original outside. When we go to put it on, make sure that's facing the right way. Get the bead into the drop center on this first one. And then once you've been doing it for a while, you just basically pop it on. Then when you go to mount the tire, it's going to be a little bit different than taking the tire off. Basically, you'll bring your head in, make sure you don't hit the tire. You'll come, and then what I'm looking for is when we go to mount this, you'll notice the valve stem is right here. I want the tire to basically be like this. So the last part of the tire to fall over is over the valve stem itself. So just past it, here is where I want it to kind of cross. Another thing is, you'll have all these people put a bunch of weight and stuff like that. Tire machines come with these nifty little arms. They make life a lot easier. Use it to your advantage. So you basically just drop this down. You notice I got it lined up or just past the valve stem. Then I'm going to come over here to help walk it around. Start the rotation. Make sure it goes into the bead seat. Watch your hand so it doesn't get pinched. Work it slow. Up, and then you're done. These out of your way. Pick your head. And clamp it. And then you're off to inflation. That's all there is to mounting a tire. It's pretty simple.